What's up, YouTube? CFX here, back with another video. And in this video, we're going to be giving, I'm going to be giving you guys tips on how to pass the MyForex challenge. So, I'm going to be a list of them, about 5 or 6 or so, that I really do believe will help you guys start off. But please listen to every single detail about these tips, because this is what allowed me to pass it, and I believe it's also going to help a whole lot of people pass this challenge as well, no matter what amount you're doing, from the 10K to the 100K. I don't care what amount you are doing, and it also may help those of you who are doing FTMO or top tier trader. So I feel like these tips will go along with all of those challenges, and I hope that it help you guys out a lot. If you guys want to drop some that may have affected you or helped you out, because everybody have different experiences, please drop those in the comments. But let's go ahead and get started. So tip number 1, please make sure that you are fully prepared to even take the challenge in the first place. So what I mean by that is, make sure that you are ready mentally, but also make sure that you have that knowledge. You know what I'm saying? So make sure that you have done your due diligence and actually learning the skill set, understanding the market in all type of conditions, no matter what time of the year you are taking it. Because I ended up taking it kind of towards the end of the summer, and as soon as it started to go into the fall, the market changed completely. In the summer, you guys know the market is very volatile, can move, about consolidate for a long period of time. But as soon as the fall, best times of the year to trade, by the way, is like in the beginning of the year, in the first quarter, and then the last quarter of the year. So in case you guys did not know that, but like I said, just make sure that you are fully prepared to even take the challenge. Make sure that you have your pairs that you are going to trade, and make sure you understand those pairs before you even step into that market. And what I mean by that is, honestly, you don't need a whole lot of pairs. You know what I'm saying? You don't need 6 pairs to pass the challenge. You could literally pass the challenge with 3 pairs. For some people, they only need 1 pair. They only traded 1 pair. I could have only traded gold and still passed the challenge. So please have all of that ready and thought out already before you even go into the challenge, and make sure that you are fully prepared and have all of those questions answered, not only to help you out the most, but like just give you clarity on what you're actually looking for, give you clarity on how you're going to be trading, whether you're going to be a swing trader, an intraday trader, a scalper, while doing this challenge. So make sure that you are fully prepared from that standpoint. Next is, once you have all of that answered, trust your analysis. Trust your analysis. That was one of my biggest mistakes, and that's actually what allowed me, or didn't allow me, to pass it on my first attempt. Was I did not trust my own analysis. Even though I knew exactly where the market was going to go, I had got in at the perfect entry, and everything, I did not trust my own analysis. So please trust your analysis whenever you are trading. Whenever you are doing these type of challenges, no matter if you're doing a challenge or not, please make sure that you are fully confident in your skill set, fully confident in yourself to call out the right trades, but also fully confident that the market will go to where you expect the market to go to. So trust your analysis, but make sure that you, like I keep on saying, do your due diligence. Make sure that before you even enter that trade, so you can fully trust your analysis, make sure you have answered the questions on, okay, why wouldn't my trade work out? You know what I'm saying? Why wouldn't this trade go in my direction? What are some things that may affect my trade, whether it's fundamentally or technically? And once you enter that trade, all those questions should be answered. What's the minor and major structure of the market? Where am I getting in at? Am I getting in the middle of a move, or am I getting in towards the reversal of a move? Am I getting in at the retest? Am I getting in at the beginning of a move? All those questions need to be answered, so you fully understand what is going on in your trade and fully understand what is going on in the market, so therefore you can trust your analysis enough to be like, okay, I have entered this trade. I have full confidence that this trade is going to go in my direction, and I'm going to let it rock. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of the biggest things that I do want to spread to everybody, like, trust your own analysis. Next one that I do want to talk about is take your time. Take your time. A lot of people forget that they have 30 days just to complete the challenge. So one of my biggest things was I wasn't necessarily rushing, but due to my trading style, I was making a lot in one day. I was making a lot in one sitting. But just like I was able to make a lot, I was also able to lose a lot as well. But make sure that you are not rushing your process. You have a full 30 days. Trust me, 30 days is enough time to hit that profit target that they give you, and still be chilling. You know what I'm saying? Like, to where it's like, okay, I can either about make $100 a day or whatever the case is. And usually when people get that much money anyway, they end up trading with a standard lot size. So regardless, you know what I'm saying, you don't necessarily need to rush the challenge, and you can take your time with it. So that all depends on your trading style as well. But just be very smart with how you're managing your risk and the times. Like, understand the time that your trade might take to travel. You know what I'm saying? Understand, okay, how fast does GJ move? How fast does EU move? How fast does gold move? Do you know all of that, right? And once you know all of that, then that can also help you towards, like, managing your time with your trades and managing your time with the challenge overall. Because if you know that those pairs move a lot within that day, then that's going to allow you to understand how much to risk, right? So if GJ on average moves 200 pips, if I'm using a standard lot size, let's say you catch that full move, my profit target is $1,000 of profit. Let's say you catch that full 200 pips, right? Now you're up $200. Okay, I just made $200 in one sitting with using a standard lot size by understanding that this pair moved this much throughout the day. I have 30 days left. If I can continue to catch 200 pips every single day, or every single day for the rest of the month, there'll be however many pips. You know what I'm saying? Like, just calculating those type of moves and understanding how many pips will make you how much money, but also how many pips will make you lose how much money. You know what I'm saying? So that's going to lead me to my next topic, which is risk management. All right, risk management is honestly probably the most important tip that I can give you guys, because risk management for me was one of the biggest things going into this challenge. So yes, as you guys know, like, yes, you have a profit target to hit, but you also have a maximum drawdown that you can be in as well for a day and just overall in the challenge as well. So with MyForexFunds, it was a 5% drawdown daily. So I couldn't go in more than 5% of drawdown every single day. And I couldn't go in more than 10% drawdown overall in the challenge. So if I went 2 days, nearly 5% drawdown, or 3 days with hitting nearly 5% drawdown, like, I was still gonna be pulled out of the challenge. But the reason I say risk is one of the biggest things, because just like if you're trading on a regular account or on your own, you never want to take yourself out of the game. In this case, you never want to take yourself out of the challenge or get yourself even close to it. So when I was doing my 20K challenge, I ended up risking, like, for gold, for instance, I was using standard lot sizes. I used a standard lot size on every single trade, unless I didn't have a reason to, you know what I'm saying? But with that being said, I only risked losing $100. And for most of them, I took multiple entries, like double entries. So that means that those two trades combined could not go over $100. Now there were some cases where they ended up doing it just a little bit, probably like $123 or $130 or something like that. But I did not let it go too far over $100. And if I could cap it off at $100, if I felt like that was a good stop loss and it wasn't going to get hit, that's why I tried to time my entries perfectly, which you're never going to be perfect, but I tried to get the best entries as possible to where that stop loss would not breach my risk management, but also would not get stopped out or would have a lesser chance of getting stopped out. So risk management was one of the biggest things, because if my 5% drawdown was $1,000 a day, then that means that I would have to lose 10 trades in a row of $100 in order for me to get pulled out of the challenge. Now, losing 10 trades in a row is not easy, but it's also not hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's say you take 5 trades and both of them you're taking 2 entries and all those hit stop loss. Especially like for me, like I said, I was taking double entries. So I was putting myself at more of a risk with my trades. Because if both of those hit stop loss, and let's say both of those, let's just say the market was traveling too fast. Because sometimes I did enter a trade without setting a stop loss. I just had a mental stop loss. So let's say the market was moving too fast, then all of a sudden I'm in $100 drawdown in both of those trades. Now I just lost $200 that fast. And I'm talking about with a standard lot size, it can happen in a matter of literal seconds where you find yourself in $100 of drawdown. So just be very careful. Risk, some people say risk 1%. Me personally, I say risk however much you're comfortable with based off of your skill set. That's just me personally. So risk according to your skill set, but be smart with it. Be very smart with it. Me, I knew my skill set, but I also knew how much I was willing to risk based off of how I traded. Like I said, I took 2 entries based on how I trade. I know how much I wanted to risk. That was based off of my skill set. That's how much I wanted to lose, or was willing to lose just from that trade. So with that being said, now we know how much we're willing to risk, but how many trades are you going to take throughout the day as well? Do not take too many trades throughout the day. Please don't. Y'all just saw where I showed my results in the last video, where I was taking 3 to 4 trades, and I was passing the challenge just with those 3 to 4 trades. You do not need to take 30 trades. Please don't. So know how many trades you're going to take throughout the day and understand how much you're going to be risking with those trades. Whether you're taking multiple entries or 1 entry, know how much you're willing to risk before you get into that trade. That is one of the biggest things that I can just spread on to you guys. So risk management. Next, one of the biggest things that impacted me was be patient. It was a lot of times with the way that I was trading, since I wasn't risking so much, and I had to be about perfect with my entries. That also means I had to wait for my entries to get to the perfect spot or the best area to even take a trade. So sometimes I would enter a trade too early or enter a trade too late, or sometimes I will enter the trade at the right time, but then it'll come back and knock me out at stop loss or break even, So it'll be like, I had to time my entries perfectly. And if you know, if you understand price action and market structure and all of that, then you know the best places to enter the trade. You know where the market most likely have a chance of traveling to before it makes it move. So such as if you're trading a break and retest, wait on it to fully hit that retest. If you're trading near support and resistance, let it match up perfectly with that support and resistance or supply and demand zone. No matter what you're trading, you understand where the perfect entry is more than likely going to be at. Be patient and wait on that entry. Don't get FOMO and enter too early just because you're seeing a little bit of resistance. And you see, oh, it may move right here. It might not go all the way up there, and it may make that move right here. Be patient and check and see. Because sometimes, yeah, it may sell off. Like, let's say you're trading at a resistance. It may sell off a little bit before it get to that resistance. And then next thing you know, it's going back up just to tap that resistance, and then it shoot back down. But because you wasn't patient, you got stopped out and you ended up being at a loss. But if you would have been patient just a little bit longer, then you would have got in right at that resistance and got the perfect entry to where you probably had 0.01% drawdown. Like, just stuff like that. Be patient with those entries. Even when, let's say you catch an entry too late, there's always a chance, like more than likely the market is going to come up close to where you would have liked to get in, or it may come up right to where you wanted to get in right after it moved from it. So like, let's say you were trading at this resistance, the market come up, tap the resistance, and come down just a little bit. Now you're catching an entry right here because you felt like you had missed this move up here, and you getting FOMO. You're getting FOMO now because you feel like, oh crap, I missed it. I gotta get in now. I gotta find a place to get in. Now you get in all the way down here, and just this small little gap right here, that's enough to put you at, let's say, 2% drawdown. Remember, the limit is 5% drawdown. But now this little gap right here, because you didn't manage your risk right and you probably over leveraged, now you're looking at a 2% drawdown just from here to here. And now the market has worked its way back up just to tap it again and give it a double top. Now it gave a double top, and now it crashed down. But before you can even get this entry up here, you got stopped out. Now you're hurt, you're sad, you're probably not even looking at the market. And by the time you come back to look at it after it gave this double top, now the market has tanked all the way down. So right analysis, right? You had the right analysis. The market came exactly to where you wanted it to come to, but you had FOMO. And you got in either a little bit too early or a little bit too late. And you missed the move that you knew would happen, but you cheated yourself out of it. So please be patient with your entries. That was one of my biggest things as well. And once I got patient and was like, okay, Sid, you know what you're doing, right? You know where the market is going to come. You know where the best entries are. Just wait on those entries. And there'll be a lot of times where I ended up missing those perfect entries. Like, market would come exactly to where I said it would come to, and I just ended up missing it, either because I was at work or just was not being attentive to my charts at the time. Which is, I also recommend setting alerts. Set alerts. Please set alerts on TradingView. Or get up and be disciplined enough to get up at the time that you know you should get up at. If you know that the Great British Pound news come out at 2 o'clock a.m., set an alarm to get up at 2 a.m. Just be disciplined. Or set an alarm to get up early to trade the New York session. Like, whatever it is. So be disciplined, but also be patient. That even goes back to the previous tip of take your time. You know what I'm saying? There's no need to rush it. What are you getting FOMO for? The market makes over 100 pip move every single day. I'm talking about a whole lot of moves that you can catch. Be patient. You're gonna catch one of those moves. Quit always trying to go for the big move in the market. If you know how to trade, then you know how to trade. You don't need to try to go for the home run every single time. Build up your profits So be patient, be smart, use proper risk management, and take your time, guys. That's pretty much all the tips I got. Honestly, I think the rest of it was just chart talk. Honestly, just based off of my technical analysis. But that goes back to the first tip that I gave. Understand, like, be prepared. Study the markets, understand what you're getting into, and just study. I already knew everything. Well, I ain't gonna say I knew everything, but like, I knew how I was going to trade before I stepped into this market, before I even took the challenge. I made sure I did my due diligence by studying the markets. My whole year has been leading up to this. I know what I'm doing. Now I just have to apply it. You know what I'm saying? So for a lot of y'all out there, it's the exact same way. Y'all have learned too many lessons. Y'all have let the market teach y'all too many lessons too many times. Learn it, but apply it. It's time for y'all to apply. So good luck to everyone who may be taking the challenge soon or in the future. I wish you guys the best of luck. I promise y'all got this, but just apply what you have been learning over the past however long you've been learning. And I promise you're gonna be straight. You're gonna pass, but do not let your emotions get the best of you. You're gonna see some drawdown. You're gonna see some red that you probably never seen before. You're probably gonna see that you're in the red over $1,000. It's okay. That's why, like me, I traded on my $100 account for so long. But I wasn't paying attention to the money. I was paying attention to the pips. So when it did get to a situation where I was in drawdown over $1,000, okay, let me go look at my charts. Let me go see where this really is. Oh, I'm only in drawdown 20 pips. That's nothing. Right? Like, a lot of people start tripping over the money, but not really understanding how many pips it is that's in the market. If it gets to that problem, then that means you have an over leveraging problem, not a trading problem. So it's not that you're wrong on the analysis. You just put too much money in. That's how that is. So get used to seeing red, but also understand what's going on. All right, don't just think that you're losing so much money that you don't know what you're doing. No, you probably know what you're doing, but you didn't know that that lot size and that many pips is what that totaled up to. You know what I'm saying? Just look at it as, just look at the pips. Just look at the pips. That's really what helped me out. I stopped focusing on the money and I just started going for pips. So the money is going to come as long as you understand the moves in the market, understand what's going on. But that's pretty much all I got. Thank you guys for watching this video. If this did help you, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm gonna see y'all in this video, man. I'm out.